So greetings from Pennsylvania once again on a beautiful November 11th day. I think it's still morning, closing on afternoon. We're back here at the Lebanon Reservoir. I'm headed out to an area called Jeff's Swamp. I was there not too long ago, setting up some trail cams from one of my Mountain Lions in Pennsylvania series. But today I'm headed back to pick up those trail cams, check out the footage. But you probably already, if you follow my channel, you've probably already seen that footage. But that's just how it works out with filming sometimes. There's a day I set the trail cams out, and there's a day I have to go get them. But anyway, that's today. So I thought I'd take you along with me to make my way back there. It's a pretty neat spot, remote area back here in this part of Pennsylvania. Here's a peek at the Lebanon Reservoir. It's kind of a beautiful area. Back that way is the actual dam back there. Yeah. Just noticing over there, it looks like there's some kind of a structure under the water there. Look at that, like it's colored differently. That could be one of two things. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. It might be more clear when I get home on the camera, but that looks interesting. Huh. He wasn't planning on filming that today, but this is the modern dam. There used to be another dam here before they built this one, but there used to also be a bridge here. Right over there is the Stony Valley Rail Trail, or what used to be the Susquehanna or the Schuylkill and Susquehanna Railroad, but it came there and came across here and continued on that way. So I don't know if that's remnants of the old dam or perhaps remnants of the bridge. I don't know, I have to consider going over there someday. Anyway, that's not what I came out here for, but that's kind of interesting. Maybe, we'll see. Might just be interesting, because there's definitely something underwater over there showing. Anyway. Let's get to Jeff's Swamp. That's what we're here for. Maybe we'll see some wildlife on the way too, we'll see. Down some of these rhododendrons and hemlocks. I do enjoy this hike. I should say we'll be on an old road for a while, but then later we'll be off trail to get to the actual swamp area. This isn't the old road yet. It got swallowed up by the dam waters. And through these rhododendron tunnels. And it's quite a bit quieter walking today. When I was here 2 weeks ago, it was very dry and crunchy, the leaves, but we got a decent amount of rain last night, so it just makes everything much more quiet as you walk. Better chance of seeing some wildlife that way too. I like the crunchiness of the leaves, but I also like just having a little bit more quietness too as you're walking. It's good to have some rain too. We've kind of been in almost a drought situation here in Pennsylvania, but it's good to have some rain. I was at the dentist this morning too. The Novocaine just finally wore off. It wasn't for a checkup, but when I got my checkup this past summer, they found one of my older fillings that I probably got when I was like 14 years old was kind of not doing so well. And so they need to repair that, and they had to take all of it out this morning with little drills and stuff. They gave me some Novocaine just in case, there was a nerve in there. I don't think there was, but yeah, I guess they found some rot in there because it had been bad for a little while, I guess. So stuff was like leaking past the filling into my tooth, and there was stuff leaking out of my tooth too. That's kind of gross, but anyway, they took care of that. I just gotta watch my eating today. But yeah. From the dentist's office to the Pennsylvania wilds. I'll take this. although I'm glad they took care of it though. That could have got really worse. It could turn into like end up needing like a root canal or something. But anyway, we're good. And no like residual pain either. I hate the needles into the gums of the mouth. But they do numb the area first before they jab the needles in. I don't remember them doing that when I was younger, but the Novocaine was just a bit of insurance, like I said, in case they did hit a nerve. But all right, like I said, it's good to be out here now. It can be a bit nerve-wracking when you're sitting in that chair and all the drills and everything are going on. Got their two pairs of hands in your mouth. Anyway, so the trail continues on that way. It starts becoming more road-like up that way. You'll see later. Let's sneak out down here to the lake, or the reservoir. The lake levels, we'll call it, are lower. I think this is the lowest they've ever been, as far as I can remember. Cool. You can see old tree stumps down here. Yeah, I was here earlier this spring. I think I mentioned it in my other video. For hiker dude Ryan's birthday, hiker dude dad. We hiked all the way around the reservoir. It's a fun hike. Came back again. There's some beautiful views though. Yeah. More of these rhododendron tunnels. There's just something super cool about these. And now we're on the part that's an old road. You can see clearly how it cuts through here. I'm pretty sure this old road carried coal back towards where it came from. The Swatar iron furnace is back that way. And all those iron furnaces use, all those furnaces so I can talk here, use charcoal. But they were known to use anthracite coal as well at times. So I'm sure there was other infrastructure, not just the furnace back in the day. Because that's where this old road takes you. Eventually takes you up. Eventually you'll see Sharp Mountain up there. That's where this road takes you. And there's a bunch of coal mining up that way, where coal was previously mined. And all along the trails, you get farther up, you'll see pieces of coal. So they're definitely hauling it along this old road. Whether for the furnace or just for other means. And up ahead here is where a bridge would have gone across at one point. Across this, I don't think this little stream has a name to it, but you can see how it juts out right there. It's all man-made right here, like a little abutment. You can kind of see like those rocks are, they're moss-covered rocks and stuff. Those rocks are probably built up. So there's probably some kind of a wooden bridge across here at one point. I'm pretty sure this was just like a cart path. This was not an old railroad bed. A bit slippery here. But yeah, there's definitely, looks like there's some stonework under that moss. But you can see this is all built up here, so there's been a bridge right across there. Not these days anymore. It's probably been a long time since there's been a bridge across there. And you can see the picks up here again. And we'll continue deeper into the wilderness here. And the stream off to our left is called Fishing Creek. At some point this old road crosses that, but we'll stay, well, there's an old blaze on there, but we'll stay on this side and go off trail to get to Jeff's Swamp. Get my trail cams. And there's an arrow right there. Those blaze marks I saw earlier are for this trail. This takes you down to like one of those cable bridges that takes you across Fishing Creek. If you wanted to hike around the reservoir, like I said at the beginning of the video, me and some other friends for Ryan's birthday, hiker doodad, we went down that way to go around the reservoir, but we're gonna stay this way. That was a fun hike. It was a rainy day, but it ended up being a really fun hike. So like right here is some of that coal, although this is not high quality coal by any means. It's more like shaly coal, I guess you could call it, but it's like low grade. There's chunks of here. So whether that fell out of the wagons or was dropped here. There you go. There's more of it down there. Not the super nice, super shiny, high quality stuff, but yeah, it's quite a bit of it down here. Here's a shinier piece though. It's still got some shine to it. Well, so might be some moisture on it there too, but yeah, definitely a lower grade. But they weren't really finding super high grade anthracite coal up here to begin with, but you have the ground is just littered with these like chunks of coal all going up through here. Who knows, maybe they were using some of it, if it wasn't good enough quality, maybe they're using some of it to help build the roadbed too as fill, who knows. Because there's quite a bit of it here. That's the way it is with coal. Sometimes at the edges of what we call the coal seam, you might have some lower quality coal, which isn't maybe really the best, so they won't use it in any kind of burning process. They might just, a lot of times they just set it to the side. That's what this stuff kind of looks like. Just a guess. So you've seen like really nice coal, that really bright, you know, not bright, but shiny like anthracite coal. That's the good stuff. Yeah, I always loved hiking back here. When I was here 2 weeks ago to put the trail cams up, this is the first time I've been back here for quite a while. I just remember thinking that video, like, how much I missed hiking back here. It just feels remote back here. And we're back at this spot here once again where the old wagon road crosses the stream up here. Yeah, I took a break from that log when I was here last time. Yeah, but our old wagon road, I guess we could call it, continues on up that way. And eventually it'll kind of zig crosses. We need to go that way again sometime. There's some things I want to look for, but anyway, it eventually starts, well, one way goes, anyway, there's different ways it goes. It kind of splits off in different routes, but I'm going to take a little break here once again, and then we're going to head off trail towards Jeff's Swamp. The snack time is over. We'll continue on our way. It's a nice place to sit and have a snack, though. The snack time is a little bit awkward today because of my dental work today. I can only eat on the left side of my mouth, so I kind of be careful with that. You don't really ever think about that. You kind of, well, you know how you chew, but just weird having to force yourself just to chew on one side. Anyway, but we made it. We made it through snack time. All right. Tomorrow I don't have to worry about that anymore. But away we go. Not terribly difficult, just a little bit more slow going. Just gotta take your time. I think it's a little more, the rocks and everything a little more slippery from the rain. But like I said earlier in the video, it's not as noisy though. There's no trail, like I said, you just gotta kind of make your own way. Just keep the stream on your left though. There are some really super tall, big pine trees out here. Here's a white pine. It almost looks like it could be old growth, but I don't know. Just has that look to it. Not sure how many times this area has been timbered in the past. Maybe they just let that one go. But there's some even larger ones down closer to the swamp, or right on the edges of the swamp. Like I said, not the easiest area to get to. There's no roads or anything, or old roads leading to this area, paths and stuff like that. So a lot of the other trees back here are definitely not old growth. It's just every now and then there's a really nice sized pine tree. And some others. Like I said, it gets more that way as you get closer to the swamp. And if you spend more time back here, sometimes you can find old trails back here, like footpaths. I know years ago I found one. It didn't have like the blaze marks, like the paint blaze marks that you see. But someone had taken like a knife or a hatchet and had cut into the bark a little bit, made blaze marks that way. The trail's very faint, but still visible. Even old like campfire sites here and there. I think that was back when people came back here more often. But that trail was pretty old, because where they had made the cut marks, the trees were like regrowing around that cut mark. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Like they were healing, so it wasn't. It could have been decades ago that that trail had been made. Back down along Fishing Creek again. We're closing in on the swamp up there. But I know years ago, back up closer to when we were on that old road, I found like an old, I'm pretty sure it was like an old grinding stone, like in the creek where the Native Americans would grind like corn and acorns and stuff. And then once I went looking for it again, but I gotta do that again. It just had that look to it. But yeah, there's all kinds of, yeah, you just kind of wonder who all has ever been back here and things like that. A little bit easier walking here. There's places where it's like filled with rocks and places where it just gets a lot easier. And it would be absolutely amazing to be able to camp back here, like right along the edge of the swamp. Might be mosquitoes, but I'm sure the sounds out here are amazing at night, right next to the swamp. All the frogs and the insects, maybe who knows what kind of birds all live in that swamp. I mean, I have some ideas, but some of those night sounds would just be amazing. But it's state game lands, you can't do that, unfortunately. Maybe that'll change someday, but not right now. But there is at times a very faint trail that goes through here, more of a game trail, but there's definitely a buck that's using this. You see his rubbing the tree. They do those rubs, rubbing the velvet off their antlers. There's another one up here, a bigger one. This is what the hunters look for. So there's a nice size buck walking along this trail. Yeah, we're on the edge of the swamp now. You can see some more open area up there. So we'll keep our eye open for our first trail cam. See if I can remember where they are. It's pretty remote out here, but anyway, we'll find them. Gotta navigate around all this deadfall too. And there's another rub up here. I don't remember seeing these when I came through here last time, but then again, you know, I might not have come right past this spot. Yeah, there's a nice sized one right there, and then this tree has one. So yeah, I thought I saw some mushrooms on this one tree over here. It was getting gushy here. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get. Yeah, there's some. I'll have to zoom in on those. There's some nice mushrooms sticking out there. Kind of cool, but I can't. I'm not gonna get across there with. There's swampage between us. All right. All right, we got that. The first trail cam is not too far from here. You can start to see more of the open area up there. It gets vastly more open up there, but I think that one log across there is where I put my one trail cam. I should be right up here. Yeah, every time you hope they're still out here. No one snitched them or something like that, or a bear ran off of them. Alright, it should be. Is this where I actually. Oh, I see it up there. It's still there. Cool. Yeah, number 2 is way up that way. I didn't want them too close to each other. Yep. Right there should be. Alright, so trail cam number 1 is gathered up in my bag. We'll start heading down to pick up number 2. Yep, there's Sharp Mountain. I was talking about the old road that we came up on. There's some old coal mines up there. Pretty deep trenches and stuff. There's some mining over on that mountain too. That's a Panther Head Mountain over there. Kind of a cool name. Alright, let's keep on going deeper into the swamp here. We're kind of like right on the edge of the swamp. It just keeps getting more and more vast as you head out that way, but another thing I was thinking about was just bringing a kayak back here, which sounds kind of nuts, but they have those foldable kayaks now. Hiker Dude Dad, my friend Ryan, who was talking about earlier, he has one. I forget the name of that company is. Oh, so it starts with an O. But then, what's her name? Hiking. I forget her first name. Hiking Outdoor Family is the name of her channel. I forget her first name all of a sudden, but she has another brand called, I think it's a Tuk Tuk or something. Is her name Sarah? Sorry if you're watching, I forget your first name. But yeah, there are brands that they fold up and you can wear them like a backpack and bring them out to a place like this. Because once you get out farther, it is like a marsh or a swamp. It'd be kind of cool to, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to think about that. If I do it, I'll probably be the first person to ever kayak in Jeff's swamp. Unless the Native Americans did it with their their log canoes. There's definitely a lot more water here than last time. We got maybe like a ½ inch of rain last night. I think we can make our way across this log. Yeah, because this area here was kind of dry last time, but no, it's filled with water. All right. Yeah, hopefully I'll come up to a spot where I can show you that it is very watery out in the middle. As I mentioned earlier, there is a faint game trail or two going through here, and the trail cam number 2 I kind of placed on one of those game trails. So maybe that big buck that's making all those rubs, maybe we'll catch him on camera. We'll have to wait and see. I just love those trail cams. It's so fun. I can't wait to get home, pop that SD card in the computer just to see what showed up, what's living out in these areas. The last one we did out at Panther Springs, we had some just amazing footage of all kinds of different animals. It's just super cool. In here you can start to get a view of how vast the swamp is. I think I stopped here at the spot in the other video because I see that, yeah, the beaver cuttings. I'm not sure if there's beaver living out here currently, but there's some old beaver sign. But yeah, there's like an open area of water right here. Goes out into the middle there. Heads out that way. So I mean, a lot of it is, there's a lot of growth in this swamp too, but there's looks like there's some areas that you could kayak out that way. Kind of fun. Like I said, that's Panther Head Mountain. Back up there's Sharp Mountain, and then there's kind of a gap between them, and behind them that is Stony Mountain. Or actually it might change names at this point. I think it does. Once you cross the Schuylkill County line, I think it changes names. Or Broad Mountain? It gets confusing sometimes. I don't see any wildlife out here today though. But it's just a beautiful day to be out here. It's in the 60s today. I can hear the wind in the pines over there. Like I said, I just kind of wonder what it's like, not just at nighttime, but here in the summertime. I don't know if I've ever been in here. Oh, I guess I've been back here like in June or May. It's gotta be all kinds of like life in this swamp though. A lot of mosquitoes and bugs though too. But anyway, this kind of looks like an old beaver channel. They make these sometimes. They hollow, you know, they carve these out to bring them closer inland to where they can cut down other trees. Then take those trees piece by piece back out their little waterway back out to the main area. So I'm guessing that's what this is. It could be wrong, but I don't see any fresh beaver sign here. Hear that, the wind in the pines. Well, these are hemlocks actually, but close enough. And here's a couple more of those huge white pine trees. I mean, he's massive. So is this one right here. So they just have that look of an old growth tree. I mean, it's possible. But yeah. I think it looks like another buck rub up here. Oops. Trip on the branch. Yeah. Definitely another buck rub here. So I'm hoping we do get that buck on the trail cam. If it's still here. This is another really old, big old tree right here. It's not a pine. Looks like an ash tree. Yeah. I think trail cam number 1 should be right down there, because I remember this spot up here. There's like a little opening up here where we get a better view of the swamp. And this is where I turned around when I was out here last time. Yeah. Can't really see any open water from here, so I'm not really sure. And who knows how deep that open water is. It may not be all that deep. Maybe bringing a kayak back here would be not so great idea. Alright, let's see. I didn't see the trail cam from right here, so but I think that's the spot up there. I was a little more nervous about this one just because it was a little more open. Oh, it's still here. I see it. Cool. Looks like it got... Oh. It's open. Huh. Looks like something was messing with it. It got turned that way. It was facing the log here. but it got turned. Let me see if it's still on though. Yeah, it's still on. So. Alright, so I got that trail cam picked up. I'm kind of eager to see the footage for that one because something opened the door to that trail cam where the buttons are and everything in the SD card. The SD card looks okay. So, oh look. Might have an idea who was here. It's like bear poo right there. Huh, and right over there, that log up there is where my trail cam was, so I'm gonna guess bear. Of course, if I've already posted that video, so you probably already know. Anyway, I don't as of now yet, so. Alright, time to start making our way back. Alright, but farewell, Jeff's Swamp. Hopefully it's not too long before you see you again. I really should come back here in the spring. Just spend some more time out here. Just exploring and just find a place to sit, see what comes along. Probably put more trail cams back here too. Alright, but for now we gotta make our way back to that old wagon road. And just like that, we're back to our spot here where I took my little break by this beautiful little stream. I think I'll take another little break before we head back up the old road towards the reservoir once again. And back on trail. And for some easier, quicker walking now. I mean, not in a hurry, but I do want to get home and check out that trail cam footage. Like, I'm really curious to see what was messing with my trail cam there. But looky here, what's this? Is this what I think it is? I haven't seen one of these for a while. Yeah, it's one of those dumb note things again. I'm not gonna open this one up, but we'll see. There's somebody that emailed me from out in California. There's a channel called Oddity Odysseys. They'd messaged me about those notes. I hadn't found any since, it's been a while since I found any of those. I think we were finding a bunch of them last spring. So anyway, make sure that gets out of here. I'm not gonna leave it out here. It's basically trash, but I might message them, see if they want that one. I also don't want to put it in my pocket or anything, because then, yeah, I think we'll get this out of here. See if they still want that. But I missed that on the way in. I'm kind of wondering how, because it was sitting right there on that one log. Anyway, so I guess whoever is doing that is back at it again. It's not me. I know some people have accused me of being the one, but it's not me. Because for a while there, I found like 4 the one day on the Appalachian Trail. It was getting nuts. I guess they're back at it again. Because I guess it was getting a lot of attention for a while there, so I think whoever was doing it kind of backed off, but now I'm assuming they're back at it again. I assume it's the same kind of note too, but anyway, enough of that. But I probably will have to open it up, make sure that it is indeed one of those notes before I email those folks. If they still want it. That was a little while ago. It could be something else. But it has that same look and pattern to it, so. Alright, like I said, enough of that. And back at the reservoir, up there's the dam, because the reservoir stretches all the way back there too, but not too much further to go. Alright, but that'll be it for me today, folks. Almost back to where I parked. Another fun little walk out to Jeff's Swamp, pick up my trail cams. I gotta get home and see what's on there. like I said, by the time this video is uploaded, I've already uploaded the video on my whole Jeff Swamp investigation, so that trail cam footage has already been up. But as of current events, I have not seen it yet. Alright, if that makes any sense. Alright, as always folks, thanks for coming along, and hopefully see you on the next one. And tomorrow I can eat like a normal person again. Alright.